looking. I just gotta show y'all this. Like, look. It's like an entire shelf of like just boob stuff. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be touching this, but it's just so interesting. Like, people get this put in, and I'm somewhere trying to get it taken out. This is crazy. That's crazy. So I'm here, and I haven't met with her yet, but I'm kind of nervous because this means everything is gonna be like, it's gonna be real. Like I was saying before, like when you've gone this long having like such large boobs and then you're like so close to getting rid of them, it's like, now I'm finally here. I'll come back and let you guys know what she says, and I want you guys to be in on the entire journey. So I'm gonna come back and record as she gives me my consultation.
You know, the thing is, we want to keep the nipple areola alive as well without having to detach it, as some people have to do, you know, with some breast reductions. You know, so if we can keep everything attached, we have to make sure the blood supply flows to it. And so you have to keep enough tissue so that there's a decent blood supply to the nipple. I have a little drawing for you. Basically what I do is I choose a new location for the nipple areola complex. And then I have a pattern in which I may use to remove some of the excess skin and tissue. And so a lot of what I removed from the breast is at the bottom portion because that's where it's heaviest. And then I preserve your nipple areola complex on a pedicle of your own breast tissue. I make the areola a little smaller. And then I rotate this entire construct up to its new position. All right? And then I do some contouring. I may take out some excess tissue in other areas to debulk the breast. And then I close those pillars together. So you end up with something that looks a little bit more like this. Oops, well, not quite, but you get the gist. You have a higher, tighter, smaller breast with an incision around the areola, one going down into the fold and one within the fold. So it looks like an anchor. Okay? So that's where that anchor incision comes from.
So ultimately, and I don't have your face in this. Ultimately, when I get the reduction, because I was thinking I may need a lift as well.
It's the same thing. A breast reduction and a breast lift are the same exact operation, except a breast reduction just takes more tissue.
Okay.
So yeah, it would be very cruel to do all that surgery and reduce the size of the breast and leave all that skin behind.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was like, golly.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah, if it happens, then it's a travesty. So no, you know, it's a higher, tighter breast, because part of the reduction is not only reducing the size of the breast, it's relocating the nipple areola, as I demonstrated, preserving the blood supply, and then also making sure that the breast tissue is relocated on the chest wall, because part of the issues that you have are not only because the breasts are heavy. Okay, a lot of it is because the breast, it's where the heaviness of the breast sits on your chest wall. Okay, so because they're hanging down low, so that results in poor posture.
Right.
It results in the neck strain, the shoulder grooving, things like that. All of that, yes, is tied to the weight of the breast, but you have to make sure that you reposition the breast as well in order to make sure that this entire thing is worthwhile.
Right.
You know, so I've had patients who come in for breast lifts, and they're not terribly large. You know, they may be a D cup or something, or even a C cup, and they come in just for a breast lift. And from the lift alone, they come back and say, you know, my back and my neck feel a lot better. You know, even though it wasn't debilitating, they didn't have the shoulder grooving and things to maybe the degree that you have, but they come back and say, you know, everything just seems lighter.
Right.
It's because that breast tissue is relocated higher up on the chest wall. So that's why it feels better when you wear your 5 sports bras,
right?
Because everything is hiked up to where it's not pulling you down.
Yes.
Okay? Makes sense?
Yes.
Oh, very good. All right, the procedure itself will take about 2.5 to 3 hours in the operating room. Straightforward procedure, outpatient procedure, so you can go home the same day. The recovery time is probably about a week. Most of my patients come back at a week and they're feeling pretty good.
Okay.
I do place drains at the time of the operation. Normally they come out at that 1 week post-op visit.
Okay.
Normally they come out at that 1 week post-op visit without any issues. You'll see your final results after all the swelling has gone away, skin is tightened and everything, at around 4 to 5 months.
Okay.
And normally around that time, around the 4-month time, I'd say go ahead and get resized for bras if you want.
Okay. So during the time, I guess the 3 to 4 months that I'm healing, what kind of bra would I wear?
A sports bra.
Okay.
Any questions?
I guess when or how much would it cost? How much is it going to cost?
I do not know. Do you have insurance?
I do, but unfortunately, I've tried several times to get it done through my job.
What type of insurance do you have?
Cigna.
Cigna has dropped a lot of breast reductions from their plans.
Yeah, it's just not covered. So,
that is true.
and I actually tried to go through Emory. But yeah, it's just not covered. So I'm gonna have to pay out of pocket. And I spoke with the receptionist, and she told me that there's a financing option. So that's the option that I want to go with is getting it financed.
Okay.
So I guess she said that during the consultation you would give me, I guess, a rough quote.
Yeah. So what we'll do now is we'll get you in the exam room first, and I'll examine you, take some measurements. We'll take some pictures from the chin down, and I'll let you know what I think is best. It will give me an idea of how long everything will take. Because basically all the surgical quotes are based on time. Okay, and then we'll generate a quote for you, and then Gina will come in and review the quote and also the financing options.
Okay. And
it kind of actually starts in the middle here with Dr. Barron's fees. This is the fee Dr. Barron sets for the surgery, okay?
Okay.
So her fee is $6,500. Then the next part is the product fees. So we get the product fees from your post-surgical bra, and then we'll get you a Silogen breast kit. So Silogen is our scar refinement system. What it's going to do is help the appearance of your scar after surgery. So it'll go around your nipple, down, and from side to side, basically to cover the entire incision you and her spoke about.
Right.
So that's $130. So the $6,500 plus the $230 gives you all of Dr. Barron's fees, and this is the part I collect. It's $67.30. Now the next part is the anesthesia and OR fees. So Dr. Barron estimates it's going to take 180 minutes. And when I say estimate, because we don't know exactly what's going to happen until we get in.
Right.
If it goes under 180 minutes, the hospital will refund you. If it goes over, they're going to send you a bill on the back end. Okay? So based upon 180 minutes, the anesthesia is $990 and the OR fees is $1,225.
Okay.
And so basically the way it works is you would pay us this portion, and then the hospital will collect their own portion. So let's say you say, okay, Gina, I'm ready to book. The way it works is you would give us $1,000 deposit. Like I said, it's going to come off of this because this is what I collect. And then the balance of this will be due 3 weeks prior to surgery. The hospital calls usually the week of or the week before, and they collect their payment then. But everything has to be paid up in front. Are you